Hip hop tic-tacticians of the world.
What's up? What's up?
What's
Going
up with
on?
you? What's up with you?
Yo, you know what? You know what song
What?
keeps playing repeat for me? Like this past weekend some?
You might have effed up by Mike Guts.
No, not that one.
That song plays in my head constantly as I watch people do stupid things.
That actually works perfectly. That actually does work perfectly. Shout out to Mike Guts for coming up with that shit. No, the Essence. I can't.
It's so good.
Stop listening to Eddie Jones and P1 the Architect. I can't. They had me at hello. They had me at thank you. Yes, they did.
Yeah, that
Thank
song
you for
is
listening.
that was a really good choice for the first single.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Kudos to those guys. I'm still thinking about our convo the other show, and it's just so good to have good humble artists out there that are just trying to do their thing in a good different way, slowly but surely, but properly. I can appreciate that. So keep it up, guys. That's all I know.
So that's actually the song that we opened their set with on Saturday.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Perfect. So I was a bum and wasn't able to make it. I'm sorry. I did say I was going to do my best to be there, but things didn't align in the way that I wanted them to. That's neither here nor there.
It happens.
Things happen, but you have a lot to fill me in on. So you want to get in on that? Because I can't handle it anymore. You need to tell me what happened.
So, everybody that performed did a fantastic job right off the top, in case I forget to mention that, and we go off in a different direction, as we often do. So, Pound Banga, Lizeppo, Ninth Uno, B1, and Eddie Jones. Really, really good. All of them.
Whew.
Fantastic.
That was filmed, right? Did somebody film that?
Yeah. Kenny, who we had on a couple weeks ago, he was there doing some camera stuff. I saw some other people too. So, yeah, there's definitely some footage floating around.
Okay, I'll find it.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of it because I was working.
You're DJing. Yeah. But what was that like? How did you feel? Was that did you have that moment of finally, I'm in my zone? Did you have that moment?
Yes and no.
You're surprising me.
I have a love-hate relationship with turntables.
Oh. What happened?
I brought them.
Okay.
And it's a lot of extra things to pack, so I spent a good portion of the day packing stuff.
Yeah, cables and stuff.
Yeah, so brought them there. We gave Eddie Jones a ride with us, so he helped carry stuff in, so that was always nice.
Perfect. Extra hands.
So I use a system called Phase.
Okay.
Which is basically it looks like a little USB stick almost with a hole in the top that you put on the record spindle, and there's a magnet on the record so it holds it in place. And then those are wireless transmitters, and then there's a receiver that plugs in USB to your computer.
Oh.
And it uses that instead of the needle on the record, which is good because if the guys are jumping around, you don't have to worry about it skipping.
Okay, I gotcha.
And since Shure discontinued their cartridges 6-7 years ago, the price of needles have shot through the roof.
Of course.
So needles that I would never use 10 years ago, I've been hanging on to.
No kidding.
So I use this system called Phase, which is great. And it has a 4-hour battery life, which is just not quite long enough for a show like this.
5 hours you need about.
I'd be more comfortable with 8, just so that I know I have space, right?
Gotcha.
So of course, a good chunk of the night, I'm thinking, when's Phase gonna die?
Yeah.
So it's hard to get in the zone when you got that in the back of your mind.
Right.
And it did die. The one side did die. The fortunate thing is when it dies, just lets the computer take over and finish whatever it's doing. So it just like turns off time code mode, and like the computer just the song will stop when it dies, in other words.
Oh, okay. I get you.
But when you go to queue up the next song and move the record, you're like, oh shit, it's not moving. Right. So like you got this brief moment of, and it's not panic because you know it's coming, but you've been anticipating it all night, and it's like, okay, I'm switching over to using the needle now.
Yeah. But
no, it works fine. But then it's just more on your mind, right?
Yeah.
So then you're also thinking like, okay, these guys are jumping around a lot.
Oh.
I don't want it to skip. So then for every song, you're turning on time code, scratching the thing, and then click a button to turn it off and let the computer take over so it doesn't skip.
Wow. I got you.
And mind you, I did get a lot of compliments on, oh, I never see anybody DJ on turntables anymore. Yeah, that's freaking why.
If you didn't know.
Oh, I'm not done yet.
Oh no.
Of course, after the event's done, everybody like scatters like friggin' whatever. And here's Jason. It's just like I remember it from like 5-6 years ago when I used to always take the turntables out. And it's me carrying them in the middle of the night by myself, climbing through Snowbanks to get to the car. After I've, spent a half hour wrapping the cables while the venue people are, you done? Did you need a hand with it? You know what I mean? Like, they want to go home. So, yeah, I have like a real love-hate relationship with DJing on turntables. I think I'm going to reserve it for home use now. So the radio mixes you hear are going to be turntable based, but I think unless someone else is doing the carrying and setup and teardown,
I'm not doing it.
I just finished plugging my mixer back in up in the living room.
Wow.
Because when I unplugged the stuff from the living room, of course the cables fell, and I had to like take records out of the shelf to get back in and like run the. Oh man, it's been a whole process. It's been a whole process.
Yeah, they're not coming back out the house. No.
So did I get in my zone a little bit? Yes, at the beginning, but as the night went on, it was like, these guys on stage are really good. I don't want to mess this up for them because I've overcomplicated the technology that I'm using. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. And you did it to yourself.
And I executed that whole event flawlessly. Like, I don't think, actually, the one thing that I learned was I was using this Bluetooth adapter. So that if I did have a moment of dead air, I could play shit off my phone.
Ooh.
What I didn't know is that when my phone rings, it plays this like super annoying alarm sound through the PA. It wasn't during a performance, but
God.
It was like before, like during the Doors part.
Oh my God.
What the hell is that? I'm like, I don't know what the hell is that.
Holy smokes. Okay, but other than that, although those pieces, I mean, if I was in your shoes, it would weigh on me a little bit more too. The night was still blessed. Like, everybody had a good time.
And it was never a moment of panic because I'm smooth like that. But
of course,
that's the thing, and that's the thing is, as years go on, like, these things happen to everybody all the time,
right?
And it's people with experience that they're the only one in the whole place that are going to know what's happening.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I'm sure people saw me during setup test the phase, test the needles.
Yeah.
And someone at some point probably saw me like, oh, he took that thing off and set it in the box, and now he's using a needle on that side.
They probably did.
But they didn't know that I was thinking about it the whole time. Like, oh, when's this thing going to die?
Better not be in the midst of.
No, I knew that it would be fine. Right. Like, I knew that it would just continue playing the song, but like, it's just something else to think about.
Yeah, I get it. Your mind's not fully in the moment as it should be, but it's all good. I saw a lot of pictures, so I could see there was a good turnout. And where was it at again?
So it was at Bond Street Event Center they call it the Local Lounge.
Oh.
And
It
yeah, it was.
reminded me of where the little stage that they had there reminded me of a place that I performed at downtown. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I don't know if it was Alley Cats. Just the layout just reminded me of that for some reason.
No, it wasn't like Alley Cats at all.
Yeah, I just saw just this little. It looked like a platform.
Yeah, so there was a stage in the corner with like some cool shit in the background. Like he had turntables there too.
Maybe that's what
And
I'm
like an older style mixer and black and white pictures on the wall and
thinking.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was just
Okay.
a stage in the corner.
Oh.
Yeah, and then yeah, it's a great event space, and the people that work there are all really nice, and all of the rooms that I've been in sound really good.
Nice.
And there's 2 rooms that I haven't done any music things in yet. There's a cafe which I just popped my head in that looks nice. And
Ooh.
then Isabel and I actually went upstairs. There's a mezzanine bar, and there was a DJ playing up there afterwards.
Wow.
And he actually came down during one of my like intermission sets or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
And was like, I heard somebody playing like old Jay-Z, and I had to see who it was. And he's like, you still carry turntables? I'm like, not very often. Not very often.
Funny, you should ask.
And I think when he saw me upstairs, he changed what he was playing a bit.
Yeah.
Because when we got up there, it was very 2008, 2009. It sounded like when I was like in my early 20s and going to the clubs in Toronto. It was very Akon, T-Pain heavy.
Yes.
That type of stuff. And then out of nowhere comes like Beanie Siegel, Freeway, like
Jet.
Outcast. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
What you're doing. Appreciate it. Holy smokes. So that venue that you guys were in, how many people can it hold?
That specific room?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to put more than 100 in there, probably.
Oh, okay. Okay. Comfortable.
Like if you had like 40 or 50 people, it's like, you know, decent turnout, and any more than that would probably be crammed.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
It's good to know. I wonder what it's like to go through the process of like renting the space and all that. I guess that's something we'll have to look into or something. Yeah.
Well, I know the deal that they had was we didn't pay for it because we drew a pretty big crowd.
Oh wow. Well, that's pretty good.
It was free admission, and like we filled the place because we had a pretty stacked lineup, to be honest.
You did.
And
you did.
Like a lot of people showed up too. Like the Stay Cool guys were there, so like shout out Whitey and Deviate, Dax Flow. I think I saw Nico there, but I maybe didn't.
Okay.
Hoping to have him on the show soon.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Danny and Jenny were there.
Of course. What show? It's not a show if they're not there, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm pretty sure they're coming out this Friday to Pickering as well.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Me too.
It was his birthday yesterday.
I'm looking forward to seeing DJ Merciless.
Ooh. I keep forgetting that you're not DJing Friday.
No, I'm not DJing Friday. Yeah, when you were talking to me earlier, you were hyping it up a lot, and I was like, I wonder if she knows that like I'm not involved. No.
You're not involved. You're an actual spectator finally again. Yeah. So I like that. I like hanging with you when you're a spectator. Not to say I don't like being there when you're a DJ, but it's different.
I like DJing shows, but I also like the feeling of like finishing work on Friday night and just going out and having drinks, because I don't drink when I DJ.
No, I know you don't.
So
you have your wits about you.
Sometimes I used to go out and have a drink at a music thing.
Sometimes. Holy smokes. No, yeah, I'm looking forward to Friday for sure. It's going to be a good release party, isn't it? Not a movie, but video release? Or
yeah, it's video release party, and it's also Specs Don's album release party. We played Gold Bars last week, and we'll more than likely play it tonight.
We more than likely will.
Yeah, I was saying I really enjoy going to events that Merciless DJs because he mixes in a different way than I do, and it's always inspiring. And I always get ideas from, not to bite or anything like that, but it's very inspiring. He's better than me, and I acknowledge that, and I really enjoy watching it.
Oh, I'm probably biased, but whatever.
He's so skilled.
Okay, so what else is coming up? I know you mentioned there's something else that's happening. Wait a minute. So this weekend is the weekend of the 7th, right?
Yeah, but that will already be past when you all hear this.
Oh.
So coming up next week, I'll be going across the province from west to east with Sky Zoo. You might remember Sky Zoo from the early 2000s. He was on Freestyle Friday.
Yeah.
And I think he lost against Jin, but he was like reigning champ until Jin. Anyways, his music library is also incredible. It's the exact lane of hip hop that I enjoy.
Perfect.
So I'm really looking forward to this. So February 19th, we are in Kitchener.
Yep.
February 20th, we're at Lee's Palace in Toronto. February 21st, the venue in Peterborough, and February 22nd in Ottawa.
4 shows.
I believe they are in Sudbury and Montreal right after that. I can't do those ones. I just can't.
That's fine.
I'm going to be tired though.
You will be.
But I'm not carrying turntables.
Haha. Lessons learned.
I'm going to get an Apple Watch. I'm going to get an Apple Watch.
You're going to get one?
Yeah, instead of a DJ controller, I'm just going to Bluetooth it.
That would make me angry with you. Don't do that.
DJ lightweight.
Exactly. Oh my God. So Zach is going to be with you at those 4 shows too, right?
Incorrect.
Oh.
I had other events lined up that was going to make it a pretty bad runaround. So he was going to do sound checks and stuff for me, but that's not happening anymore.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Those events got moved.
All good. So I think we have a task for tonight. For our listeners.
We want to play as much Canadian music as possible.
I sure do.
And we encourage any artists that hear your music tonight, if you hear your song, we strongly encourage you to have it registered with SoCan by tomorrow morning.
So repeat.
Wink. Artists listening to this show, if you hear your song played tonight, make sure that it is registered with SoCan before tomorrow morning, and it might be worth your while. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Don't make me look like an asshole winking on this damn camera. Yo, if you don't get it by now...
Oh, you thought you had a wink?
That was a bad one. Look like a crazy woman. My God. But yeah, no, if you guys don't know it already, like if you don't understand what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish here, then I don't know what else I or you, Jay, can do for you. But it's imperative, if you hear your songs played tonight,
you make sure they are registered.
Make sure they're registered with SoCan the next day. You have to. Do it. And then holla at us and let us know what happens.
Yeah, so we haven't decided entirely what songs we're playing tonight.
No.
Because we don't know exactly how much airtime we have left.
That's true.
By the time we chop out our BS, we'll probably have close to 1 3/4 hours.
Yes, that is accurate.
And we are going to stack this week with as much good Canadian music as possible.
Yes.
So follow our post
Please.
And we're going to tag you.
Yes, we will.
And check out the playlist that's also in the posts.
Yep.
And it's going to be a fun week of Canadian music.
Just makes my heart warm. It really does.
Something has to make me feel warm.
I know. Outside sucks. This morning was stupid. I didn't understand my area at all. For that little piece of snow that dropped, the whole entire area just stopped. And I'm like, are you kidding? The amount of buses that I saw back to back were ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. I can't wait till March.
I don't know. Like, we titled the episode that's airing tonight, like last week, if you're listening. Sorry, people.
Sorry.
We got to find a way. We'll have a meeting sometime and say, okay, how are we going to address the physical week and airing week when we talk about it, so that's not confusing for people
or us.
So the episode that just dropped last week, if you're listening today, was called January Was the Longest Month Ever.
Yes.
And I can't agree more. I missed the first half of January being in the tropics.
Don't throw that in our faces, but that's
okay. And it was still the longest month I've ever experienced in life.
It was. It really was. I'm tired already. I just want our sunlight to be out still. Like, give me 7 o'clock. At least I know I can see us. We're getting closer, instead of it being dark by 4:45.
Yeah,
it's very depressing. Very depressing.
I'm tired of the city lies.
Yeah.
Tired of the city people.
Yeah.
Trying to get in my business.
Right. It's not fair.
Not fair.
Oh my god, yeah, the list of songs we're gonna play tonight are gonna be outstanding. An hour and what?
45-ish. Hour 45-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it to him.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get it in.
Yeah. Until next week.
All right, baby. I'm going to say what you say. What is it? Stay fit and have fun.
I thought you were like a child of the 90s.
Well, wait a minute. Don't call me out like that. Stop that. Change that.
Do you remember Body Break?
Of course I do.
I jacked that from Body Break.
I know.
Keep fit and have fun.
I love it. Stay blessed, everyone.
Till next week. Fit and have fun.
Till next week, guys.
Bye. Peace. Bye.